Remind me your last name?
Zander.
Erich Zander. Yay. Awesome. So I guess, is it on?
Hello?
Wait, let me do that. There you go. What was the germ of an idea for this film?
I was afraid of this question. 33 years ago, I took a screenwriting class with a teacher that you also know, and we had to write 10 scripts, basically, or 10 ideas, and out of those, he'd choose, I think, one, and that was the one he chose, so... and then, yeah, a lot of time passed. And I think Jenna's aunt and uncle gave me some money for some reason to make the movie. And then I had to figure out how to make it. So, but from a artistic point of view, the idea was make something. I'm always interested in how children kind of apply their own logic to things. So that was kind of, for me, a child would accept that sand is on the beach, but how does it get from the beach to the desert? That, you know.
That's a good question. Yeah. Well, now we know.
Now you know.
In the back of a 76 Mercedes.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a 76 Mercedes? Nice. So how did you think about just going back and forth between, you know, location and green screen and compositing and was that Super 8 at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you conceptualize all that?
So I think part of the reason why I never really attempted to make the film is because it was kind of going to be difficult and expensive, and to get an old car out into the desert and these kind of things. So I saw a film by a friend of mine who ran into kind of the same problems. He wanted to do these aerial shots for a documentary, and it was too windy and stuff like that, so he decided to rebuild everything. He took pictures and he decided to rebuild and animate every one of the scenes that he shot. And then I had the idea, okay, I can use a toy car. A friend of mine had that Mercedes in Rio, so I said, okay, I can go to the green screen to shoot all the stuff where Henry, who's here, by the way, my main actor, and Jenna, who did the costume, and Corinna, who did the score. And then I really got into it, and I thought, okay, I need to use every kind of available technique. I want to use stop motion, I want to use animation, and I want to use green screen. And yeah, and I don't know if you saw, but Henry has a Super 8 camera in the car on the seat. So that's his way of documenting. And I realized later that grain in film is like that connection, you know? It's just
like sand.
It's like sand, yeah. And then I met Erich. And you know, he's a wizard in all the post-production, and I had a lot of ideas, and he just implemented them.
Nice. Questions from the audience?
How did you guys like conceptualize all of the different elements, like the shark and the lizards? And is that a collaborative effort, or you really do feel like every element felt like it had soul to it?
Thank you. David had really the overarching concept for how it would play out, and he had specific rules for the world. Like he believes in a fairy tale or a fable, there always needs to be a witness, someone who's not part of the action. And we had a child that pops into the car with a magic light, but then it just seemed weird. Why did a brown guy steal a little white boy? Why is he taking him away in his pajamas? It was a little weird. But it didn't feel that way to us at the beginning because it was magic, right? Anyway, the tortoise stands in for he's the witness. David had rules about all the other vehicles have to be working vehicles. So they're all, somebody's doing their work because the Sandman is doing his work. And then with regard to other elements like the shark that you saw or some dolphins, or I started putting things in to make David laugh. Nice. And so we tried to slip in a bunch of stuff. There's a reference to his film Beautiful Idiots which is they had a Sambaraki driving backwards through the whole thing, and so we put that under the bridge.
Nice. Cool. Anyone else? Yeah.
Was the Mercedes the only actual little vehicle that you had, or were some of the other like vehicles that you saw from overhead also toy cars?
We refuse to answer this question. I think yes, you're right.
What? No, there were other toy cars.
Were there real cars?
There was a tow truck that I had as a matchbox from when I was a kid.
But there were no other real cars than the
Real cars.
Mercedes.
Well, only in the background, but nothing that we shot. No, model cars, she's asking.
Oh yeah. It was pretty much
The junkyard.
Yeah, the junkyard. But we added like something kind of toy related in most shots, or a lot of the animals were added by us.
Tons of birds.
Birds and some other stuff we don't even remember probably.
I remember.
Yeah.
He remembers.
We finished like 3 days ago, so.
Like the train scene alone, just when he pulls up, that's like over 30 layers of stuff
Wow.
happening in there. So.
Well, oh, you have a question?
Are you going to continue to collaborate? The two of you? I mean, do you have ideas that you're sharing?
Yeah, I mean, we were collaborating before that. He's my colorist on everything I do, and I don't know if we'll make an.
We're doing a dinner. We're gonna have dinner.
Yeah, we're cooking dinner for our crew tonight. Yeah, for sure, there'll be something. Yeah.
Do you have projects coming up individually?
I only have a title for something, Acapulco. If somebody wants to write it.
Okay. You?
Nothing of my own. I have a bunch of stuff coming out that I've colored, though.
Okay. Is that your main thing, is coloring? Or-
Yeah, that's my primary interest.
Cool. Well, thank you both so much for being here.